Standard Gains Podcast, Episode 7, Take 1.
Here we go. As of right now, we have around 100,000 views, listeners, downloads on all platforms, which is crazy. That's a big number. Thank you guys so much.
And if you really want to support us, we have a Patreon and the links are in the show notes or down below if you're watching on YouTube. And you can get bonus content. You can get in touch with us. You can even be mentored one-on-one, or actually two-on-one by us. We appreciate all the support and we're trying to earn back what we invested in the setup.
Check that out. And today,
we're going to be talking about a habit. So a few episodes ago, we spoke about the habits of self-made millionaires, but there's one that we left out.
a really big one.
Exercise, working out.
Working out,
But first, dilemmas.
dilemmas.
So I have one for you. Would you rather work out to get the best aesthetic results or work out to get the best and most productive day possible?
Productive day possible for most
Alright.
productivity. Yeah, definitely.
Okay.
Okay. For you, a similar one.
All right.
Would you prefer, or would you say that dream setting or having goals is more important than working out? Or is working out more important than dream setting, having...
They're so different, man.
They're completely different, but for productivity.
Working out.
Working out. Okay. Okay.
Right.
Nice.
So let's get back to yours. So you said working out for productivity. Why?
I mean, it is a hard one because, well, I like both. You want to look good. Obviously, you want to work out. You want to feel good. You want to. That also helps. But the way of training is different. It is
Very different.
Yeah, vastly different. Because, I mean, if you're working out for aesthetic, you're going somewhat to failure. You're really pushing limits, which is also great. But it is so different than when you're going for productivity and really get that workout in.
Exactly.
Or the cardio in sometimes even just to get that flow, get that productivity going. But I think if I would miss out on the productivity part, I would miss out on so much more in life right now than just the aesthetic part. And I mean, working out for productivity does not mean you're not building muscle or you're not looking great. So I would say that has a more priority for me. I mean, luckily in life, I can get both.
That is true. And the reason why I asked this one is because a few years ago, I was looking for a personal trainer that would actually just come to my house or meet me at the gym at 6 a.m. And then we'd work out and, all based on I want to have the most productive day as possible. And it was very hard to find a personal trainer who understood this. So I would be there at 6. I would do a workout for an hour and a half. I would come home and I would be so tired because we'd go to failure. He'd be pushing me that I'd go back to bed. And so then I decided, okay, I'll just do it myself. Reason for me to get a personal trainer was limit decision making in the morning. Someone just tells me what to do, so I have more mental energy. And I noticed how different it is, the way of training.
Yeah, it is.
Yeah,
it is different. It is vastly different, but I think it is a great way to keep it simple. Maybe people are now thinking, "Hey, I should focus on just what's the big difference?" I mean, working out in general, it's great. That's what we're going to talk about as well, and that's what you probably maybe already know. But it is not so extremely different in a way that if you work out to failure, you're not going to have a productive day at all. But obviously...
The main thing is that if you go to failure, if you go really heavy on compounds, you really put a lot of strain on your central nervous system, nerve system, which makes you feel tired, which makes you not really productive and not ready. So by going a bit lighter, you can go higher sets. Your heart rate will actually improve. Your HRV will improve. HRV is heart rate variability, the time between your heartbeats, and your central nerve system won't be as tired. So you will actually be able to have more energy throughout the day. That's sort of the main difference.
And this is why I also, mainly just because that's what I felt, push my workouts a little later in the day to a little later, because before that I can be productive. I do like cardio in the morning right now, half an hour. And this is actually something that boosts productivity.
For sure.
So there you go. And then actually after a big workout to failure, I do also have a decent meal because it's right before dinner. So you get back some of that energy, you feel better.
Yep.
So that's for my dilemma. But now dilemma for you.
Yeah. So you said dream setting or working out basically.
Yeah.
Which is difficult. Dream setting means that you're going to be focused on your goals and it's really motivating.
Yeah.
But the workout will give you the energy to put in the work. So that's why I think the workout, if you don't work out, and that's basically then, we're getting into the whole topic now of today's podcast.
Yes.
So working out will give you more energy. It will give you more focus. It will improve your sleep and a lot of things. So all of that combined will really help you work towards those goals. If you just have motivation, but you don't really but you're in very bad condition and you don't work out, you don't move, you'll spend twice as much time doing the actual work. And it will take you twice as long to actually reach those goals. So that is sort of my thought process, although I do believe, and again, as you said, luckily in life we can have both. I think both are important, but working out by far outweighs the other one.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking. But I know how big you are on dream setting and how it really can help. Just setting goals in general, having a dream setting in just in general, doing that a few times a week even or a month. That is really helping you work towards those goals, obviously. But just the productivity you gain from working out, exercising is just so optimized. It's so great.
For sure.
That it outweighs it. And that's what I was thinking as well. So, all right, nice.
So we agree on both dilemmas.
We always agree. So we need something that is...
that we really disagree on.
Soon.
We'll find something soon.
Let us know if you have something.
So I think getting back to this topic, right, of the workout, I want to relate this a bit to some of the students that I've had. Right, so let's just focus on that for a second. So what I've noticed on almost every successful student that I've had is they do some form of working out. And first I thought maybe that's because originally I started as sort of a fitness workout page, as other people were following me. But then I started to notice, I started mentoring some people who didn't do any form of sports, have basically never done it in their lives. And they were the only people where I said, hey, do this for next week. And then next week we'd had a call and, oh yeah, no, we didn't do it. It's always hard to say it's because of the one, or maybe it's the attitude or the mindset you already have. This, doing a workout, sometimes you don't feel like it. Obviously. But still, hey, I have certain goals. I want to, I know that it's better for me. I'm going to do it.
In order to reach those goals, I need to put in the work right now, even though I don't want to, I'm going to do it.
Exactly. And if you do business, it's the same, right? There's days that you don't feel like it. There's certain tasks you don't like, but in order to reach the goal. So it's the same mindset, I think. And maybe one little funny side note here, I actually currently have a very young student, 18 years old, doing crazily good in terms of money. He doesn't move. He sits in his... move. No, basically he works in his bedroom. So he wakes up. Oh, yeah. He sits in his bedroom. Okay, he has online school because he still goes to high school. True online entrepreneur. Doesn't move at all. I made him show his steps, and sometimes like 400 or 500 in a day steps that he has. So we made an agreement. Okay, every day you're going to move for 30 minutes, whether it's biking, walking, any type of exercise. He's been doing that for a little while now, and he's been telling me my sleep has improved, my energy has improved, my productivity has improved. So I invest 30 minutes in moving, but I win like 2-3 hours in productivity out of that. So I think it just shows how important moving in general just is.
Definitely. Because that's also a misconception about productivity. Obviously, you can take it too far, but I mean, he or she is walking 30 minutes, an hour a day, an hour and a half a day. How much free spare time does that girl or a guy has? Well, actually, that 30 minutes or 1 hour that guy or girl is spending is probably also working in a productive way to get more done in those hours that they're not walking. So sometimes it sounds like they're doing nothing at all. Some people, like lots of athletes are obviously, that's their job. Besides that, there are lots of big athletes that also run companies. So, I mean, yes, they're working out a lot. They're going also to failure. So, but yes, they also have a lot of big tasks, and they're probably more productive at that because they also are really fit.
For sure. And I think if we really go back like thousands and tens of thousands of years, right? And I don't want to get too scientific here, but think about how our brains evolved, right? Our brains evolved walking 10 kilometers a day or more, because that's what we used to do. We had to move to find food. We had to be hiding or running from lions or whatever, right? And a lot of research now shows that moving improves your memory, improves your focus, and it all comes back to the way that our brain, is supposed to be or is used to actually evolving and learning. So if you just sit the entire day and you try to learn a new skill or whatever, it's not going to be as productive or as efficient as if you actually move. So I walk a lot every single day. I want to get my 10,000 steps. That means I can listen to a podcast every day. And while I'm moving, so that's also a better way to actually memorize it. So nice. I think it's not like I just walk and wait for, please 30 minutes be over so I can go home. Use it. And if it rains, then you can use an umbrella. There's because that's a standard excuse. Like, I live in the country and it's cold and it's raining. Bullshit. Right?
And that is not, so during walking, it's a great a phase to also learn or at least absorb information. This does not mean that you now need to go and grab a book or you study and go on a treadmill while you're studying it. It also, for a podcast, it's a great example. But for learning or if you're studying, I mean, it's just a benefit of walking in general. And if you go do 20 minutes of walking, 40 minutes of studying, that is a lot better than probably studying for 60 minutes straight.
Yeah, they say 20 minutes of walking gives you energy and focus for about 2 hours.
Oh, there you go.
No one can be focused for 8 hours straight. That's just, sometimes we wish it's possible, but it's not. So just taking a break every 2 hours to go for a 20-minute walk or moving is perfect. And now we're just speaking about walking. So I know a lot of people probably watching or listening right now do also care a bit about aesthetics. So then we get more into the working out.
Yes.
Which is where your expertise is more.
Yes. So we're starting with workouts. I mean, obviously cardio and walking. This is also one of the most studied version of like working out or productivity, because walking just is a simple task to do, and it is like where the 30-minute rule starts. So working out or exercising for 30 minutes every single day is a great way it's a great rule of thumb to get started, because 30 minutes a day, if you would apply that to society right now, today, that will probably be, in some cases, 30 minutes more than they're doing right now.
For sure. Yeah.
Which is pretty crazy. But you can apply this also with the 30-minute walking rule, but you can also apply this to just working out. And if you're going more towards aesthetic, you would really go to at least failure, challenging yourself, really go for the right amount of reps, sets, great volume. And if you're going to apply that, this will already boost your productivity and lots of other stuff. There is no need to go to the insane next level, but also having the aesthetic version there, so the aesthetic way of working out. I like how we gave it that name, the aesthetic way of working out. If you're working towards that, then you're also learning to challenge yourself.
That's true.
Push through new boundaries, which is also something you probably knows with your students, is the ones that do work out. They do finish those tasks within that week. Exactly, because that's just how they're wired now, because that's what they learned. That's what I learned as well from working out, and the way I work out is, it has never been in my mind with 100%, oh, now I'm more productive because of this workout. It's been more like, yes, I just have a little bit of a break off all the work I'm doing. I'm going for a good workout for an hour and a half, and I feel great afterwards. But I sometimes also feel tired. So
that's true.
I have 2 different types of workouts simply per week, and I have around like 5 of those in total. But some are really with the big compounds, really heavy on the nerve system, and I also have just bodyweight exercises, which are pretty standard. Still challenging myself, but I'm not going extreme on the volume of the workout. Which is a workout I actually like to do. I can do that the entire day, like all over the day, and feel great afterwards, and go and record some more stuff.
Exactly, and I think a cool side effect of working out, if I look back at when I started working out, sure, in the beginning you start because of aesthetics, everything. But then because you want to improve, you're going to see, hey, wait, how much water do I actually drink?
Yeah,
right?
exactly.
Drink your water. What kind of food am I actually taking in? And then you're starting to learn more about it. And then you think, oh, wait, I really have to improve my sleep, because that results in better results in the gym. But all of those things, so improving your sleep, drinking enough water, improving the type of food that you're eating, will in turn make a major, major impact on your productivity and on your general health. So it's sort of I guess a double-edged sword, you could say, that you start because you want to change something in your body, and then all of a sudden a lot of other things start to change.
And it is funny how the you could start with, I want to work out because I want to look better for winning over that girl, for example.
Yep.
And then you could start with the 30-minute rule of thumb a day. You could be starting with the workouts, 30 minutes a day, basic workouts. How that evolves to something like, wait, I want to actually get my water in, because this will help me even with my gains or just feel better. People that work out also drink generally more because they also they sweat more. They need to hydrate. So that's what they do. And also because of the gains, they also want to focus on food. Exactly. And then you build the bridge, like you said. And I think that's fun how you can just start from the 30 minutes a day exercise rule of thumb to this.
And let's be honest, because you made a little joke like, oh, you start because you want to win over this girl, which is actually probably why most of us started one day.
It helps.
But let me tell you one little thing. If you're trying to do that, and maybe you think, oh, I'm going to post it on Instagram because all the girls will respond, looking good, bro. That's basically the standard comment you're going to get. The guys are going to be commenting. yeah, I think that's sort of what everyone who makes a fitness page sort of
Oh,
notices.
that is the fun. Like my side note here, I think 99% of my direct messages are from guys, and I think
Yeah.
that's even high. So I think I started not necessarily to win over a girl. I started more to feel better over a girl rejecting me. Sort of
Yeah,
like it was an accumulation of all.
It's
stuff
normally that,
happening.
or it's just insecurity or something, which is also
Insecurities.
why I started. I mean,
And
yeah.
it also, like I said, I a few seconds ago, I said, and it helps. Not to say that women are this on the surface, as in like, oh, he's looking good. Some are, but that's how guys work as well. She looks good, she looks bad. Like obviously, it all has to do with also how healthy someone looks. So if you
Exactly.
start working out,
Yeah.
I mean, you can have a great body or you can be lean, 6-pack abs, stuff like that. But if you're working out and you don't have 6-pack abs, but you're just fit. It will
look healthy.
It will look healthy. You will come over
Plus,
healthy.
I think another very important thing, and I like how we're diverting from productivity now to actually aesthetics. Let me just speak about myself, because that's the only thing I can speak about. I started to grow, I started to become bigger, which boosted my self-confidence, which is also attractive. Like, I like girls as well who are self-confident and feeling better about yourself, but also because you improve, and that goes back to other things, because you improve your sleep, your food and water intake. You feel much better, you feel more energized, and that's sort of, you radiate that, I guess you could say.
Basically, yeah.
So it just, moving and exercise is just good for so many things.
Yeah, and I would have never, if you're watching this on YouTube, I would have never tricep flex the entire time during a podcast. It's a bit of a meme going on behind the scenes here. I'm always having my hand on the table, flexing my tricep towards the camera. So I would have never done that if I was not having a tricep. Yeah.
Yeah. But okay, let's get back to the topic.
Yeah. Nah, it is about confidence. It is about health. It is about productivity. And this is why also the sort of name of this entire podcast, it's obviously the why you should work out or exercise 30 minutes a day. It's not just for one thing. It is just sort of a stairway of so many things. It just helps with a lot of stuff. And that's why you should definitely exercise at least 30 minutes a day.
Exactly. And if I go back to that student of mine I spoke about who wasn't really moving, one of the issues that he saw, so he had an Oura ring, and Oura ring is a ring that tracks your sleep pretty accurate. And one of the things that he couldn't really get his score up, because Oura ring gives you a score, like this is how good you sleep, like every tracking device. Yeah. One of the things he said, I just go to bed whenever I get tired, because normally I'm not tired because, I've just been working the whole day, active the whole day. And the only times he actually got tired is if, for example, his girlfriend said, hey, let's go for a long walk or let's do something, then he actually slept much better. So he knew sort of there was a correlation there, but he never pushed it until he actually, I actually made him send me a photo every single day of him on his bike or walking or something just to prove. And then he said, hey, I'm actually tired at 11 now. So I go to bed at 11 at a steady time. So his sleep improved drastically. And, he started losing some weight because he's actually moving more.
Yes.
Which... yeah, that then makes him feel better, because he was often speaking about, as soon as the gyms open up, I'm gonna, go back and I'm gonna lose some weight because that I'd feel better. There's you should just do it for so many reasons and don't find excuses, because that's easy.
Do it. And also that builds, again, that mentality for challenging yourself, pushing through, actually getting tasks done instead of saying, oh, no, I actually did not do it because I was busy doing nothing.
Yeah.
Basically.
Yeah, that is very true. All right, so basically what we're discussing now, we're just sort of scratching the surface of peak performance. And peak performance is trying to get the best out of your day. Right, getting the best productivity,
the best performance.
And basically peak performance. So a lot of people always think that you have your peaks, your good days. That peak performance is about getting your good days as high as possible. But in fact, sure, we want to increase that, but we all go like this, right? We have good days, we have bad days. Peak performance is about getting your shitty days as close to your good days as possible. So even if you have a shit day, we're still really productive and feeling good. And that is more important than getting your peaks up. So that's peak performance, and we'll get into that in a second. And we also talk a bit about biohacking. And biohacking is about that's only focusing on the biology, right? What sort of hacks can I have? So, for example, standing in front of a red light for 15 minutes when I wake up because it will boost testosterone, which will means that I'll have more energy and better results in the gym. It means, it's really based on the biology and the little hacks you can do there to also increase your performance. But it's only the biology based. That's sort of, in short, biohacking.
So walking for 20, 30 minutes, boosting productivity, sounds like biohacking.
Yeah, but it's just the standard thing. So biohacking, we're really looking at what supplements or what little tricks can we do to really fix this.
To hack
hack it, yeah.
Our biology, yeah.
Exactly. So when peak performance, zooming back in on that, the first thing that they say is fix your environment. So your environment means where do I live, where do I work? People who work in the same room as where they sleep, which you had for a very long time because you were editing 2 meters from your bed, means that your brain isn't sure why you're in that room. Right? Are you there to work? Are you there to sleep? Are you there to eat if you also eat there? So by fixing that, by fixing your environment, you now have the studio. If you come here, your brain knows, hey, it's time to work. So you will be more productive.
I actually noticed that there was an improvement in sleep. Just going back to my room now, and it is just for sleeping now, like 99%, because, 95%. And the other 5%, you can guess. No, it is also, I do still work sometimes there.
Yeah.
Because if I'm not here and I do have a PC there, but it is only it's just sleeping. I feel like that really improved.
Exactly. So that's part of environment and, having a clean place where you work rather than a fucking big mess. All of those things, people you hang around with, that's all environment. And then you get to the second most important is biology. And that's what we're talking about. So it is what you put in your body, how much you move and all those things, because that will really drink your water is really important. And only then we get to mindset, because the simple example, say you want to lose weight, you can really be focused and spend a lot of energy on, I shouldn't get that chocolate from the kitchen, or fix your environment, don't have chocolate. So you don't have to spend mental energy on it. So that's why it's so important to really fix your biology and your mindset and your environment first. I mean, we could go more into biohacking, but that's a whole different topic. I think definitely if you're watching, we'll go deeper into peak performance and biohacking in the bonus minutes.
Definitely.
So go check out Patreon.
How we apply this our ways of also working out and stuff like that. So get ready on Patreon.
But I have a question for you as well, which you might know. Hopefully you know the answer. Why 30 minutes?
30 minutes. 30 minutes is a simple number that people perceive as a decent amount of time, but not too much that it's like, you need to have 2-hour workout every single day. And also 30 minutes can be divided into smaller pieces. It just sounds less than an entire workout of an hour and a half. And it's a simple way of starting, just getting started with it at least. Also, why the rule of thumb of 30 minutes of exercise is so great is because everyone has 30 minutes. Everyone can, as a spare 30 minutes. And if not, then, you now have, because of the productivity you gain by actually walking 30 minutes or doing the productivity workouts or just working out in general. And that's why the 30-minute rule of thumb is a great way to just get started. And from there, you can build up to a little bit longer workouts, more frequent 30 minutes or 20 minutes walks. And that's how you build it. So it's a great 30 minutes to start.
I think that just made me think back to that one student. If I would have told him out of nowhere, go work out an hour and a half a day, plus he has to go to the gym, for example, go back, that's 2.5 hours.
Yeah.
While he feels like I don't even have the time for 30 minutes, he probably wouldn't have done it. But 30 minutes, as you said, anyone can do it. And maybe as a last thing, I think that if a goal is reachable and you see that, hey, I can actually do this, it motivates. If you feel like, because if you would do an hour and a half and you just miss one because you don't have the time, you see I don't have time for this, and you just let go of everything.
Okay, so this is why you should exercise for, at least 30 minutes a day. And we briefly discussed how you can actually really add this to your daily routine. So you can start the day out with 30 minutes. You can walk every single 2 hours. You can walk 20 minutes. It does not need to be only walking. Also during the walks, it's a great way to actually absorb information. And we will also go more in depth in all this in our Patreon. So hope to see you there. And also lots of people are already in the Discord also. So if you want to check that out, people are really learning from each other there as well. So check that out.
And it was a relatively short
episode
for us, but sometimes, we like that. We just wanted to stick to one topic and really give you as much value on this thing as possible. So let us know if you have any questions about it. You can also let us know.
Comment as well. Let us know. Dark Master on Instagram. You can find us everywhere, and we will go more in depth as well. We will just reply to that, and we're interested to see what you have to say about this. Maybe any experiences. We'll see you or listen to you in the next episode.
See you next week.
Bye bye booey.